Hey everybody, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program to Infinity and Beyond. So as promised, we're going to be continuing with the crazy designs. Surprisingly, this crazy design actually ended up working out okay, but we're going to get rid of like all of this nonsense right here. And we're just going to stack like more of these kind of engines around. By the way, I was totally wrong. We actually have 12 engines, not 9. But in any case, yeah, we're just going to like start rolling some liquid fuel engines down here. So we want triple symmetry, and we want to keep these like as close to the middle as possible. So we can get like a nice little six-sided pattern going maybe. These engines are, the fuel tanks are starting a little bit lower than I might like, but I think it's going to be alright. If I could just find a way to get these to attach appropriately. Sometimes not the easiest thing with Kerbal Space Program to get two parts to line up exactly the way you want them to. Like that's almost it right there. Could use WASD. We obviously don't want to put the fuel tank on backwards. So let's get this fixed here. That's still backwards. What have I done? There we go. We can use Q and E to rotate them, but that doesn't really help us out. Please, just let me sink a second part into you somewhere. That sounded exactly the way I intended. No, okay, can we, maybe we'll just put it on top? I wish you could stack parts like off the screen and then fit them on later. But you can't, as far as I know. So instead, I mean, that's not really what I'm looking for here. I could just put more engines on wherever, and I think the fuel tanks would route to those engines. That's not really the kind of thing I'm looking for. What can I do here? What can I do here? Well, what if we did it like this? Stacked up like... Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we'll just stack up like 3 like this. And then we should be able... Oh, no. Like the bottom ones. And we should be able to move these down here. Like that, maybe. And then I just want to attach engines... Oh, we can't fit an engine on the bottom there. Oh, god damn it. I've done it again. Control Z. Like this. Doesn't fit. Like that. Okay, perfect. Then we'll attach our engines to the bottom of that. Wow, that actually sort of worked. It took a while. Now what we do after that, I think, is we can take this off. No, the whole thing. Oh, god damn it. Please just... Okay, then we take the whole thing off here. Like that. Then Control Z. That'll give us, yeah, and then we have this whole little structure that we can just replicate somewhere else on the ship. For example, I'd like to put one like right here, like right in the middle of these ones. If I could just get it to go. Maybe take off snap to angles for a second. When you're designing crazy stuff like this, I think you don't need the assistance that the game offers you all the time. Well, why don't we just put one over here? Alright, that looks suitably silly. Obviously, we're going to tie all this with struts together later. Don't be ridiculous. And then we'll do the same thing. Take this off. Control Z. Control Z for you American types. Or at least not part of the British Empire types. Stack some more engines over here. Oh, that one won't fit for some reason. Maybe slight adjustments will make it possible. Or not. That's okay too. I don't really want to just put one on here. That would be absurd. As opposed to this, which is totally normal so far. I want one like right here. What's the problem? Maybe struts. Whatever. Can't put one there either. Don't tell me I need to get rid of all these struts. See, that worked totally fine. But it looks absolutely ridiculous. And might fly... even more crazy than that. So maybe we'll try on this side. We'll try to like fit one here. Totally fine. We'll grab it. Control Z. This just allows us to basically duplicate our parts. So we can use them as much as possible. I don't know if this is the most efficient way to do things. It's just the way that I've discovered that allows me to do things the way I want to. I was really surprised that that one actually worked. But now we can take this. Control Z it. And maybe start filling in this side over here a little bit, if possible. Might be impossible, who knows. Ooh, like that. Okay, cool. starting to look slightly less ridiculous. These engines are going to overheat, right? Like, there's no chance that they don't. I'm pretty sure. I just want to, yeah, put it like down there, Control Z. Maybe we need like one more of these apparatuses. How about like right here? Nope. How about right here? Alright, that looks exactly as crazy as I expected it to. Now let's tie this nonsense together with struts. This design is so huge, it's almost making me a little claustrophobic because I can't zoom out. So I'm just like, oh my god, get off of my screen. So I'm assuming these engines are going to overheat, but if nothing else, we'll make sure that they don't come apart by tying everything together with struts, the be-all, end-all, the duct tape of Kerbal Space Program. Oh, come on. Can't fit one in here? Oh, if I had a nickel for every time I heard that. Get like one in there, and one in there, and then we'll, oh, come on. And then we will just repeat this nonsense on the other side where things are still looking a little bit shaky. But overall, I would give us pretty much a 100% chance of success. I can't see what could possibly go wrong with this absolute monster of a rocket, like hundreds of struts. You might laugh, but I mean, the last few runs have gone surprisingly well. I pretty much expected them all to explode on the launch pad, but we only had one that didn't go very well at all. And I think even that one could have been fixed with some RCS jets. Or RCS thrusters, however you would prefer to refer to them as. Maybe we can like strut here to here. And strut here to here. And strut here to here. Okay. I have no idea how this is going to work. I know it's going to take 100 years to load up on the launch pad, and it's probably going to have 2 frames per second when it launches, and it's probably going to deafen me. But hey, it's a start, I guess. It looks silly. Very silly. SAS is already like, dude, no chance. Here we go, though. Oh my god. It's so loud. But in spite of its loudness, it is pretty much going straight up. Which surprised me. It's burning fuel at an almost unbelievable rate. All of the engines seem to be firing. Also, it's going at like 2 frames per second and making the most ungodly sound through my headphones. I mean, you guys can hear it now probably in the game audio. But good lord, that was louder than I expected. So I think all we need to do now is basically double the number of stages here. Make this a 2-stage rocket and we're pretty much good to go. I don't know if this thing could actually lift off as a 2-stage rocket. I'm pretty sure it would just, like, give up. What can we do to give this a little bit more thrust, though? This isn't getting as fast as I expected it to. I expected this to go, like, just off the chain. But it's not really. Although we are already, like, a minute in, almost at the level where we can put this into orbit. Which maybe we'll try to do. I mean, we do still have a lot of fuel tanks left. Let's actually turn SAS off already and start our turn towards the horizon right now. It's taken a while because, you know, our ship is the heaviest thing ever created in the history of planet Earth. Next to Rosie O'Donnell. Oh, that wasn't a cheap shot at all. Sorry, Rosie. I know you're a big fan of the show. We'll just try to level this out before the momentum becomes insurmountable. Like that, almost. We're like rolling like crazy. Just get on the horizon. Good God. I'm starting to turn it around a little bit here. I think that's going to put us basically on the horizon. There we go. We'll hold Q here to stop our roll. And then SAS on like right now. Perfect. And we'll look at our map quickly. So I started the turn to put us into orbit at like 20,000 meters. Now we're already at 122,000 meters. And decelerating here. I guess because like half of my jet stopped firing and I'm just holding onto these for like no reason. Oh well. But that's okay. Are we going to be able to put this bad boy into orbit? I don't think so. I think I need to start that turn at like 15,000 feet if I'm going to put this into orbit. I can't believe that this thing just doesn't explode on the launch pad with the sheer amount of everything that I have attached to it. Nope, not quite gonna make it into orbit. It's unfortunate. Camford, let's just pretend that you're gonna get back. I mean, he will get back. I didn't attach a parachute, though, so he's definitely gonna die somewhere in the Indian Ocean or the Black Sea over there. So we're gonna end the flight, go back to our vehicle assembly building. And that was not the highest speed we've ever achieved. Let me think about what we should do here. I mean, the obvious answer is just build more out, but I'm worried, like, if I go to the launch pad, I'm pretty sure we're almost touching the launch pad already. Which sort of worries me. Yeah, we're getting pretty close. But let's head back to the vehicle assembly building here. Oh, didn't want to go to the Space Center. Vehicle assembly building. Okay, so this is our absurd ship right here. I wonder, how many, oh my god, I'm gonna need so many goddamn decouplers. Let's attach like a ton of decouplers here. I'm just gonna see if this works. I'm skeptical, and I think, you know, deservedly so. It's gonna take a long time to figure out which of these. I mean, I can't even seem to attach decouplers to all of these for some reason. Maybe we don't need to attach it to all of them. Maybe we can just attach it to some of them. Although that is a very inefficient use of company resources here. This could also just completely destroy my existing rocket design. But you gotta know that going in. So we'll just take more decouplers. Is there any place else that we can put these where they'll actually fit? I don't think so. Okay, so my thought then was like, what about these new solid fuel boosters? The thrust is 400. They have more fuel. Burn time's 30 seconds. Oh, they last a little bit longer. Yeah, what if we just attach like a bunch of these under it? Certainly, I don't understand what could possibly go wrong here. Can we just... I want to attach these to the decouplers is the problem. Yeah, like that. And try to get one on each decoupler. I actually have 2 decouplers on that one. That's going to fuck up my staging, but I think that's pretty much like the least of my concerns right now. Okay, now we're getting to the point where this is just a silly design. I don't think that these 4 solid fuel boosters are going to be able to lift, what do we have, like 6 now maybe, almost, are going to be able to lift all the nonsense that we've got going on here. But we'll see. I mean, that's, you know, like the whole point of science. Experimentation. If it works, this will be a beautiful thing. If it doesn't work, it might actually be more beautiful. But of course, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. If I don't put struts on this thing, it is going to wobble like a daddy long legs or something. Should be able to fit one like here. On this one, but it's so hard to figure out where the heck you're trying to place it, because it's not always the easiest thing to do in Kerbal Space Program. We were close. Oh, there we go. Okay, I think that might be all the ones we can actually place. So what we'll do is we'll tie this all together with struts. This has the greatest chance of any of my designs to simply fall apart on the launch pad. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna save this as like Mark II, so we can easily switch to another design, or switch to our old design if we want to. If this actually works though, you know, more power to the unholy being allowing this abomination to exist, which I guess is me. So more power to me. I should really just turn symmetry on for this. But this is inherently incredibly unsymmetrical. So we'll just live with it. I don't see what could possibly go wrong here. There we go. Got that all tied together. How could that possibly waver? Now we'll make sure we tie all this stuff together in the middle. And might want to get like one more here. That's not a good strut. Like one more here is what I was more referring to. And then maybe also a strut tying these to these. This is a whole lot of work for something that is probably just going to come apart in a couple of seconds. However, You know, if you don't do the due diligence, you'll never know if it came apart because of human error or because this design is just absolutely unfeasible. We're gonna, like, yeah, cross-brace all this nonsense up in here. So maybe one more here, and then our absolute last brace or strut will be, like, here. Perfect. It's a beautiful thing. So let's save this as Mark II. Get ready to launch. Clear the launch pad. Crazy Design Mark I is not nearly crazy enough for my designs here. Alright, that looks pretty good. I don't see how this could possibly go wrong. This might fall apart on the launch pad. It's still loading in here. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. Oh, and soon to be lift down. Decouple. Oh god, the decoupling is 2 frames per second. I've broken the game. Here comes the explosion. I guess we made it to the water somehow. Oh, never mind. We just crashed so hard through the ground that we ended up in the water. Okay, that is a silly design choice on my part there. Let's get rid of all this nonsense. We got a lot of shit to get rid of. That was a bad idea. What if we can get, like, another stage below this, but we use those, like, unbelievable, like, 400 thrust engines just to get us to the point where these stupid, like, 215 thrust engines can actually work. Okay, all the decouplers are gone. I gotta take a look at this from a... Let's say this is Mark I again. I could have just gone back to Mark I guess. Okay, let's look at this from below. I'm thinking... So we need... These engines are huge, as we know. Oh. Okay, but they will fit like that. Okay. So what if we attach some decouplers? I think we're getting to the point where these designs are getting too crazy. And I like it. This is where innovation happens. Are you watching, NASA? So we'll set up these like here, and then we'll put... I guess we need more liquid fuel tanks, huh? Let's put like another 2 liquid fuel... I don't know about this. And we don't want that engine. We want the huge, honking, insane engine. And then we want it to be as symmetrical as possible, otherwise we have no chance of actually getting off the ground. So which are the 3 in the dead center here? I'm going to try to follow the tube down. Okay, it's like this one right here. And we'll attach, again, 2 more fuel tanks to each of those. Followed by this insanely big engine. I'm just trying to give these guys the kind of distance necessary so they don't overheat. Oh, we can't even place them like that. Okay, so we got to move this structure out to like this one. Then like that. We might only be able to fit 2 of these. Like 2 sets of these structures. Which would suck. But maybe there's like one spot on the outside here. Like maybe if I decouple here. Might be possible. We'll try it anyway. I don't think it will be, but it's not outside of the realm of possibility. It might be outside of the realm of possibility. It's outside of the realm of possibility. Okay, well, in any case, these are enormous engines, so maybe we don't need that many of them. But of course, we do need the all-important... How many do we have? 6. Well, they got crazy thrust. They have 1,200 each. Maybe that'll be enough. Probably not, but maybe. I mean, what was the solid fuel boosters that we used only had 400, right? Yeah, these only had 400, and the jets, or the liquid fuel engines that we're using, only have 215 anyway. So this might be enough. Possibly. Certainly, though, struts are necessary here. That looks kind of okay, but we probably need one long one. Right there. Okay, that's good. And I was thinking the other thing we might need is some actual, like, RCS thrusters at some point. Because this is getting kind of crazy. So yeah, let's put some RCS thrusters, like, on the outside here. Why not just, like, yeah, make it huge symmetry so that we can... whatever. Put as many as possible just around like this. And then we'll put, like, an RCS fuel tank in there as well. Which I think is under propulsion. Yeah, like right there. Makes us a little bit heavier, but I think at this point we can sort of afford to let this happen. I guess we can get rid of this decoupler as well. Cool, let's see how this works. I'm gonna guess not very well. If necessary, we can rebuild this using the launch stabilizers and seeing what happens, but I don't know. For now, it looks pretty solid. Have we loaded in yet? Yes, okay, so let's throttle up. Oh man, that's not good. One blast off. Okay, well, we're certainly lifting off. Ship looks like it's seen better days. It's kind of shaking around here. Wow. Those burned through that fuel way quicker than I expected them to. But they did give us an extra phase, I guess, that we can use to get off the ground. But we really, I guess, just need to... Oh, no. RCS on. Do what you can, SAS. Do what you can. You can see the thrusters are like, I'm giving it all she's got, Captain. Oh, man, you can do it. I think we're going to stay solid here. That's really good, actually. I did not expect that. But hey, here we are. So I think the answer is we just basically need to stack more fuel tanks. Which should work totally fine for us. Make our game even laggier than it already is. So I'm thinking like we're at 10,000 now. Let's begin our turn towards the horizon now. And perhaps... We're rolling like crazy, so it's making it difficult to plan this. But perhaps we will be in a position to orbit, or burn for orbit, when we actually get to like 36,000 for once. Man, this thing is heavy. It's the only thing that gives me like a sensation of real weight as I'm pushing down on my keyboard. So far so good. Just continuing to turn here. We're gonna get ready to turn SAS on. I've turned SAS on. We need to turn a little bit more. I think we might be able to put the ship into a pretty tight orbit around Kerbal, actually. So if we like stop it right there and get ready to roll a little bit counterclockwise. Oh, okay. And every single time, I just get a little bit off. How's this looking? Oh, we might be able to make this happen, actually. We still have 3 more fuel tanks after this. Burn, baby, burn. I think this is going to put us in a good orbit. And for once, we're actually going to be able to make it happen, or at least once this video. So we'll wait until these 3 burn out, and then we should be able to pretty much just give ourselves... It's going to be an elliptical orbit, but that's fine with me. Just a little bit more. Hopefully it makes it. I mean, our orbit is expanding out. It's not expanding, like, around the surface as much as I would want. Oh, come on. Well, maybe we can throttle down a little bit, save some fuel. Remember that I started this turn about 100,000 meters ago. How about this? It's not really expanding at this point. We need to be accelerating a little bit faster. But this is okay. I only wish we could like accelerate twice as fast now. It sucks that you can only do 1x while the ship's under acceleration. Oh well. I think it might hurt my chances that I'm not like exactly on the horizon, so I turned SAS off. Let's try to rotate this bad boy into a position like this, more so. Yeah, like that is pretty much perfect right there. Maybe a little bit too far now, but we'll see. Alright, that looks a little bit better. Probably afford to throttle up just a little bit for a second. And see how that's helped us out. Oh, we're so close to actually establishing an orbit, which would make me consider this video sort of a success considering the ludicrous design of the rocket that we now have in space right now. Oh, come on. I don't think it's gonna do it, actually. We need more fuel. So let's get out of this. Nope, we're gonna crash somewhere into Kerbal's surface. You know, maybe... Does look kind of like Eurasia right there. I mean, this is obviously not based on the actual Planet Earth series with Richard Attenborough. But in any case, as always, thank you guys for watching. We're gonna get a little crazier next time. What I'm gonna do is stack more fuel on those huge boosters. And hopefully that will allow us to get a little bit more liftoff. And maybe we'll use the launch stabilizers as well. But in any case, I'm surprised we didn't explode on the launch pad. Leaving a lot of space dirt here. We should really clean up that pollution. But in any case, I will see you guys next time.